Praise God, bro.
Welcome back to another episode of the Core 5 Podcast. I'm your host, Ahmad, and today we got on the show with us Josh, Sean, and Peanut. How you guys doing tonight, man? What's going on, bro?
Good, bro. It's been 8-9 days, bro.
Nah, for real, bro.
Been a minute. Been a little bit.
It's been a hot minute,
bro.
and at least I just know my happiest is not determined by a random number generator.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Sean. I'm glad to hear that, bro. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. We got a lot to talk about. Real quick, I know this is not in the topic. I just want to ask Peanut real quick. I mean, I know Duncan is your thing, bro. I know that's one part of the game where you really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? How did you?
That's where my heart is.
That's where your heart is. Yeah.
I think this is one of the better dunk contests we've had in a minute. I mean, like Stephon. I mean, Mac McClung stole the show. I mean, it's Mac McClung. Bro jumped over a Kia or whatever the hell he jumped over.
At 6'2" is crazy.
He did better than Blake Griffin.
He reverse dunked over a car. He did some other stuff. I don't. Bro's just doing everything at this point.
That was crazy.
I want to give Stephon Castle his flowers too. That brother was putting on too. He was doing the reverse windmills.
UConn, shout out to UConn, baby. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? That's UConn right there.
Stephon Castle was definitely putting on. The other guys were doing good too. They definitely were overshadowed by McClung and.
Wait.
You sure about that?
You sure? Yeah, bro. They missed like.
They may be missing, bro, but at least they trying something creative. They ain't over here jumping over a fucking wooden plane like John Collins or whoever the hell that. The one we ain't getting no honey dips where he pulls out a piece of paper and opens it up and it's 50, bro.
Or Jalen Brown when he dunked over Castanet.
Yeah, like we at least they trying to do something that we ain't seen before. You got to give him credit.
Yeah. Like I know
Castle doesn't dunk, bro. He floats. He just floats to the basket, bro. I swear.
Yeah.
It was a good. I mean, do you think the right person won?
Yeah.
Make sure because some people were saying that they were saying shit like Stephon Castle should have won, and he was robbed. Yeah,
no.
I don't agree with that either.
You know, there's something about white folks and turning up in Black History Month. I don't know what it's about. We got Cooper DeJean getting pick sixes in the Super Bowl. We got Tyler Hero winning the 3-point contest. We got Mac McClung winning the dunk contest.
And I also saw the argument that Stephon Castle was not using props and whatnot. My brother in Christ, the best dunk I've seen in my lifetime was that Aaron Gordon dunk where the mascot was rotating like on that hoverboard. That was the best dunk I've seen in my life. So
that was fire. I think Mac McClung, he deserved it, bro. He 6'2", jumping like that is insane. Like that's like my height, bro. I can't do that.
They drag him up. They drag him up from the G League every year.
Yeah, it's like a fucking ritual at this point.
Yeah, niggas should be ashamed of themselves. But all right, Josh, let's start us off, bro.
Let's do it, bro. All right, we've got Joel Embiid.
Bitch.
Embiid's got some knee issues. He was seen in a post interview after he recorded 15 points on 3 of 9 shooting. I believe it was last night. And in the interview, he said, "The way I was playing a year ago is not the way I'm playing right now." After they lost to the Celtics, by the way, 124-104. He says, "It sucks. I probably need to fix the problem, and then I'll be back at that level. But it's hard to have trust when you're not yourself." He also added that he's okay. He's still managing his knee, and that he's going to keep hoping for the best. Do you guys think it's time for the 76ers to move on from Joel Embiid? Because these knee issues are just something that keeps popping up. Not only his knee, but it seems like his whole body. So do you guys think it's time for the 76ers franchise to move on from Joel Embiid? Go ahead, Sean.
If fucking Luka Doncic could get moved for like already injured Anthony Davis, so I can't Joel Embiid. Like I said already in a much earlier podcast that he has too many superstar teammates, and it's like he can't get the job done. Like Paul George is being his best at being a washed up version of a podcast person playing basketball with no skill. So it's like, what are you doing here? Just move on already. Like every time Joel Embiid plays, that bitch just falls like a little pathetic baby every single time, and you wonder why he has knee issues. I really do not like Joel Embiid.
I see.
Yeah.
Peanut.
So there's a clip from that game against the Celtics where he's doing a layup on Porzingis and he just falls. he falls backward and falls over. Like I personally never got the hype around Joel Embiid. I thought he was like not to throw shade on the guy, a free throw merchant like Shea, James Harden, but that's part of the game. Their players are going to play like that. If they know they can get the call, they're going to go for the call. Yeah. But I think Embiid, he has no reason to play like that. He's definitely got all the skill. He's definitely got all the talent. I think the Sixers are in a rough spot because, they just dropped a bag on Paul George.
Yeah.
That money ain't going nowhere except his fucking vacation trips where he's posting on his Instagram story with his girlfriend. Like, I don't know. They have the young pieces. The talent's there. Jared McCain showed out this season, showed that he's the real deal. He can definitely perform.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Maxey's good. He just needs help around him, which they would have, or they are supposed to have with Embiid and Paul George, Kelly Oubre, everybody. But it just seems like they can't ever play together, all healthy at one time. And when they do, some good things happen, some bad things happen. It's just they're in a weird spot.
Yep. Good stuff, Ahmad.
I'm gonna say what all of Philly is thinking right now. It's time to blow it up. It's time to move on. The process is not processing. You feel me? Like it's been damn. How long has this process been? It's been like 10 years, right?
11 years.
It might be. I was gonna say it might be.
Years.
He was drafted in 2014.
I was gonna say 13, but
God damn,
too
bro.
far back.
God damn. I know it just takes time, but god damn. It's like it's so discouraging being a Philly fan, a 76ers fan, If it wasn't for the Eagles right now, Philly might be in a real dire situation, bro. They might be on some real fuck shit. So I'm gonna say it's time to blow it up, because when you have a player like Embiid, right, and obviously he was MVP, arguably MVP. You know what I'm saying? It was an arguable MVP.
Thank you.
But usually when a player gets older, the injuries don't become less. The injuries aren't less. The injuries are more as you get older. So the fact that you're going to be banking on him getting less injuries and he's getting older is unlikely. Also, once you start having knee issues, it's kind of like the Kawhi or Porzingis. It's kind of hard to really or PG. It's hard to really fix that. The best thing that Philly should do is they should trade Embiid. They should blow it up and build the team around the future, which is Maxey. And if that's what I recommend they do. If they decide to keep Embiid, at least for the rest of his contract, at least I still think they should build it around Maxey and do the Porzingis effect, where they just let Embiid come and play in the playoffs when he's healthy, give us a good solid 14, maybe 20 games in the playoffs, and that's all we really need from you. But the issue with the Sixers is that they're built around a player that's not there. That makes no sense. You can't build a system around a player that's not there. It's like the Warriors building a system around Steph Curry and he's never available. He only plays like 20% of the game. It's just not going to work. That's why when you see Philly, they're missing that identity. They're missing that identity when you watch them play. So that's why I'm gonna go with it's time for Philly to blow it up. They gave the process more than enough time. Fuck it, they gave him more than enough money. What more do you want from these owners? They've been more than fair enough. I just think these knee issues are going to keep happening with Embiid, similar to a Kawhi Leonard situation.
Sean?
Man, yeah, and as a person who's been watching these playoffs, Joel Embiid has shown time and time again not only can he not be healthy, he is not even good when it matters the most. When it's time for Game 6, Game 7, he does dog shit. He is lucky that Ben Simmons has an even greater shit of performance because Joel Embiid only made field goals or 5 out of like 20 in that game pivoting game against the Atlanta Hawks. He was also dog shit against the Raptors when we all saw Kawhi Leonard hit that fantastic shot, and they were nowhere close to being Boston. Like Miami, a team everyone expects to be worse than Philly. Throughout all my time as a Jimmy Butler fan, I keep hearing stuff about Philly's going to finally be like at the conference finals. Nope, never happened. Even with all the support that's been around him, while fucking Miami has Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and G Leaguers literally just outdo Boston in 2, arguably 3 of the majority of the playoff series they win against each other. So it's like, Embiid can't beat Boston. As Joel Embiid said best, it's not even why if they keep beating our ass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sean, bro. I Miami, one great thing that they did this season, which is kind of goes to my point, is they adjusted. You know, they saw Jimmy was on some weird shit, so they was like, all right, we're gonna build the team around, we're gonna move everything around through other players. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I feel like the Sixers haven't really committed to yet. I think that MVP chapter for Embiid is officially closed, and when it comes to knee injuries, it's kind of hard when you're trying to when you still feel that minor discomfort and minor knee pain and you want to play, it's kind of hard for you to really trust your knee, and do what you want to do because you're always thinking about, oh, I can't really fall like this. I can't do this move because my knee. So you're always thinking about that discomfort or that possible knee injury. So that is what I will say, in credit to Embiid. It is hard, to play the way you want to play when you have that lingering knee issue and you want to play, So that's what I will say in credit to him, though.
And it's like the thing is that
in his defense,
and we all know Jimmy, Shea, and even Harden. When they go for the fouls, they don't fall in such an unnatural, unhuman position. When Embiid falls, he gets a little bit of contact and he takes 20 steps and falls to the ground. And then they'll say it should be Jalen Brunson just doing this. And then Embiid would flail 5 steps and then he'll be on the ground. Over on the other side of the court. So it's what is his legacy going to be when his Philly chapter's over? The Kawhi shot? The Ben Simmons pass?
Him crying as he walks to the locker room?
Exactly. And then you see him in the game, to just be him falling to the ground, unintentional dirty plays, or the free throw line. No one remembers that Joel Embiid dropped 70 on, I believe, Victor Wembanyama. No one remembers that he was very solid against, I believe it was either France or Serbia, in the final moments of Team USA. It was the second to last game. So it's Embiid is very talented, and just the stuff he does, it's just on the court. It's very hard for me to root for a guy like that. And plus, he had to help. He doesn't show up. I don't know what to say. I don't think I have anything else left to say.
When was the last time he played Jokic?
Thank you.
2019, 6 years ago.
You don't want that work, Nick.
No.
That was the last time he played Jokic in Denver.
Yeah.
When was the last time they played? Period.
Probably when Joel Embiid was trying to build his MVP case and then dodged the other game as well.
I hope it wasn't 6 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was 6 years ago.
Played, maybe
in Denver, yes. In Philly, Joel Embiid has played a game.
Yeah.
But 6 years ago, I was in high school. I'm already graduated college.
Bro, I might have been in middle school the last time they played. Bro, come on.
That's embarrassing, bro.
I got a
The
4 year
last time they played was January 16th, 2024.
All right, that's
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Wait, that's not something to play, but in Denver, it's been longer than that.
Yeah, and Denver has been 2019.
You see,
Jesus
bro, that's my
Christ.
issue, bro. That's my issue. That's my issue with his MVP. You can't be MVP. You out here ducking smoke.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Like, bro, what? That's like giving Jordan. That's like Jordan won the MVP, but he don't want to play. That's like LeBron.
he never.
Won the MVP, but he don't want to play Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. If you the MVP, you play whoever the fuck is on that schedule. You know what I'm saying? You play the best players every chance you get. Derrick Rose,
January
that's
16th.
nigga's MVP. Whoever's on the schedule is getting buckets. They getting it every single night, bro. And so you can't be MVP if you over here dodging smoke. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. It's just like, whatever. Like, I got a 4-year degree in college. I graduated high school. And in high school, it's the last time I saw Joel Embiid play a game in Denver.
Like, I understand Denver's a bad place to play, but like,
Yeah.
it ain't 6 years bad.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
actually Embiid is actually 6-2 against Jokic. He's won 6. Yeah, he's won 6 times in the regular season.
We won't ever see that in the finals, though.
yeah. Because he doesn't show up against the Boston Celtics.
Shit, they ain't even made it past the Eastern Conference Finals.
Jesus Christ. Like, the New York Yankees already lifted their facial hair rule before Embiid reached the Eastern Conference Finals.
We getting GTA 6 before Embiid Eastern Conference Finals.
Yikes. I'm gonna add a couple things to y'all points. I agree with everything y'all have said. As far as Embiid and his performance in the playoffs, in 2019 when they played against Toronto, he was actually terrible in that
Thank you.
series. He had one game where he scored 33 points. That was his only game. They played 7 games. One game he had 11 points. Another game he had 12. Another game he had 16. Another game he had 13. Another game he had 17. And in that game 7, he only had 21 points.
You know who his matchup was? Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol. But Marc Gasol was really
Marc Gasol.
really good defender
Yeah, but that's
that
like
year.
that's like 35-year-old Marc Gasol, or however old he was.
Yeah, he was like 35, but Marc Gasol was still productive for me. And they had Serge Ibaka on that team. And these guys were still good defensively. Marc Gasol does have he stole Defensive Player of the Year from LeBron in 2013.
I think he earned it.
But
the thing is that, like, how can you be number one in defensive? Like, how do you literally get the Defensive Player of the Year, and yet you're literally all defensive second team?
Right.
That happens a couple times, and every time it's happened, they should never win. I believe Josh Allen this year was put on the All-Pro second team, and Lamar was number 1. How does that make sense? Let me know if I was right on that or not.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's time for Philly to get rid of Embiid and for them to move on. They could get something for Embiid. Some team will be willing to take that big contract.
Some team would give them a bag.
Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns. Yeah, but the Phoenix Suns can't do nothing because of Bradley Beal and his no trade clause. But some team will be willing to take on that $227 million contract. But not only that, how are you going to trust the process? We've been trying to trust the process since 2014, but there's no trust. Fuck that. There's no trust. So basically, if I'm a Sixers fan, I'm begging the GM to get rid of Embiid and to bring some package, like Ahmad said, build around Maxey. And they're stuck with Paul George. I try to trade PG too. You gave the man $150 million for 4 years.
Where's that money going to? His podcast renovations?
Bro, like I said, it's going to those IG posts.
Bro, he had 2 points in like 33 minutes a couple nights ago.
Bro, he got outscored by Bronny one night.
Hey, Josh, do you think the acquisition of Paul George deserves to make to get Daryl Morey fired?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that an acquisition worthy of a fire?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're overpaying him. You overpaying Paul George. We went over this one podcast. The Clippers literally would rather pay Kawhi Leonard, whose knees are both fucked up, right? They would rather pay Kawhi than PG. That says a lot, in my opinion. That says a lot.
I agree.
But yeah, Paul George, I would have never gave him $150 million. He's not worth $150 million, and he's terrible. He's on the back end of his career. He's 34 years old. By the time his contract is up, he's going to be 38, 37, 38. That's insane. On the back end of his career. That is insane, bro.
I could also argue that Paul George getting that contract was probably the reason why Jimmy wanted that extension very badly. Because, like, why the fuck would anyone offer Paul George a contract of that magnitude? So, like, because we all know that Jimmy Butler basically bitched his way out of Miami because of the fact that he wanted the max extension. That was it. And I could probably say with at least 80% confidence, he saw that Paul George contract and it's like, I know I'm fucking building that bum Paul George. So it's like, and I can't blame Jimmy Butler. I want a contract building fucking Paul George. At least I show up. I made it to the finals twice with injured and G League teams. I don't blame Jimmy Butler for having, I may disagree entirely on how he went about it, but like the thing was that like Jimmy Butler had every right to get a contract better than Paul George.
Right. And yeah, I would just try to move Embiid. Do something. He's not worth it. I think he's one of the most overrated superstars in the NBA.
Not playing back-to-back is ridiculous. Like that's still crazy to me to this day.
That's still something crazy. And then the Philly can't even do nothing. Embiid $227 million, Paul George $154 million, Maxey $200 million. They can't do nothing. They got no bread to spend. So I mean, it's rough, man. I'm sorry for y'all Philly fans, but congratulations on that Super Bowl win.
So not only do they overpay, but they cripple their organization for the next couple of years. Cool.
And it's just not going to work. Embiid it's not going to work with Embiid. He's not a leader, man. He's not a leader. He blames his teammates in the playoffs. Be better, bro. Be better. But we're going to move on.
Fuck him.
All right, so for the second topic of the night, I've got the Denver Nuggets are looking for their first 10-game win streak under Coach Mike Malone. Are the Nuggets heating up at the right time? We're going to start with you, Ahmad.
Where?
Change the title.
Yeah, title.
My fault, yeah. Yeah, so as far as the Nuggets go, the Nuggets could literally lose the next 10 games, and I still wouldn't be worried about them. That's just my when it comes to the Denver Nuggets. Every year we know this is a regular schedule programming for them. Jamal Murray, he plays around, he fucks around up in the regular season, but as soon as playoffs come, Jamal gets where he needs to get to. And they have Russell Westbrook this year getting buckets. It's probably one of his better seasons since in the last few years we've seen from Russell Westbrook. So although they're missing some of their championship pieces that they had previous years or the previous couple years ago, they're still in a good position. So as long as you got Jokic and playoff Jamal Murray and a decent Russell Westbrook, I'm not worried about them making the playoffs or doing well in the playoffs. Winning, is arguable, but making the playoffs, they definitely have mastered the art of peaking when it matters. Pause. So I think they're gonna be fine. As far as the 10-game win streak, I'm not really looking at that. 10 game win the playoffs. What I'm saying, it don't really matter how many games you win in the regular season. In my opinion. It only matters what you do in the playoffs. Last year, we saw Oklahoma City Thunder be number one and get knocked off in the second round. So standings, as long as you're not like the bottom, it don't really matter to me.
Yeah, the only team that thrives under the bottom is an air exposure team.
I mean, you can't really say thrive because they haven't won, so I wouldn't say thrive.
Fair enough.
I would say survive.
Survive is better.
Go ahead, P.
I mean, it's the Nuggets, bro. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do bad when you got a player who has won the MVP a couple times over and it doesn't seem to just lose a step.
No.
Like it's ridiculous how this man gets better at basketball each season he plays, and it's ridiculous. And like to Ahmad's point, like it's even better when you don't have to worry about one of your players playing good in the regular season. You just need them in the postseason with Jamal Murray, and they've got some good like little key pieces here and there that could definitely pull their weight. All they need is Aaron Gordon just to, get in there and maybe get like 10 and 10 every once in a while. Westbrook drop a triple-double in the playoffs here and there. They got a good defender in Peyton Watson. I don't know if he's out for the season. I know he's injured. I think his hand's messed up. I can pull it up real quick.
Shout out Christian Braun.
Christian Braun took a jump this year. I mean,
Yeah.
They've got DeAndre Jordan, but he doesn't ever see the floor.
Yeah.
Like he might see the floor for 2 minutes a night when Jokic just needs a tiny breather.
I was big on Julian Strawther, but I don't think he's been good that much this season unless he's starting to heat up. But I was very big on him.
I think he's just more like a shooter for them. He doesn't really play much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Peyton Watson had a right knee sprain. So yeah, they've got some good key pieces that could just help Jokic in the long run. And I mean, it's nothing shocking with this Nuggets team. It's
Go ahead, Sean.
I think I wish the Nuggets would have added a tiny piece. Like it doesn't have to be bench or starter. It doesn't matter to me. It's just like an additional piece because I'm sure they have decent draft picks they could just throw away for the sake of nothing. But the thing is that it's Nikola Jokic. He's already top 20 player in NBA history.
Shoot, you might be able to argue top 10.
I could argue top 10. I think he needs a couple more titles to get him under the belt. And I might put him top 10 already if he has Russell Westbrook has an NBA ring under his finger at this point. It's just like the man, what he doesn't matter skinny, fat, in a horse, does not matter. He will literally throw the most insane passes to Aaron Gordon, Kenneth Reed, Russell Westbrook, Caldwell Pope, Jamal Murray. Like, this is a once-in-a-generational type talent. He deserves every MVP. He should have won the Joel Embiid year. Well, I think this year, I personally believe Shea deserves it. I would not be mad at Jokic because the man's averaging near like a 30-point triple-double, I believe. Is that so? Pull up his stats.
Got you.
There's like not even a need to check. He's pretty much averaging that. Is Jokic.
Yeah, and the fact that you have Russell Westbrook, who has actually connected in the game with a superstar. Like, he didn't connect well enough with Kawhi and Harden and Paul George and even LeBron and Anthony Davis. We all saw that clusterfuck. But something about that Jokic just does it. Like, and plus, we all know the Denver Nuggets were on that little patch in the beginning of the season, but once they started up,
a 30-point triple-double. That's nuts.
Jeez. But like once the Denver Nuggets have upped their pace, because they were bottom the pace like in the first 10 games of the season. But once they started upping their pace, I believe when Jamal Murray was out for a little bit, Russell Westbrook was putting that starting on lineup, and they were winning big. So the key for them was pace. So it's like, as long as Nikola Jokic is himself, I kind of wish he was more aggressive in playoffs this year. That's why I want from a more aggressive Nikola Jokic, because we all know the talent is not there from 2023, and I wish he was more aggressive in the game against Team USA. Bless you. And maybe if we could get more aggressive Nikola Jokic, like possibly the first ever dude to have like a 40-point triple-double, I'd like to see that, because who knows? This man is generational. Generational.
Those are some good stuff, guys. I'm gonna add my little 2 cents. Yeah, I'm actually surprised to to find out that this will be their first 10-game win streak under Coach Mike Malone. I did not know that. And I find that kind of surprising because the Nuggets have been good for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, so that's actually really surprising to me that they're about to win 10 games in a row under Coach Mike Malone, because Coach Mike Malone is a great coach. He understands how to use his players. He understands how to use MPJ. He understands how to use Jokic. He understands Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Westbrook. He understands how to use his players to put them in positions to play winning basketball. Now, of course, it's going to be easy when you have Jokic on your team, who is the definition of team basketball. Because like Sean said, he's not aggressive, and it's crazy to say that he's not as aggressive because he's averaging 30 points. But he's a team player. He looks to pass first, and that says a lot. He reminds me, not Glazing Braun, but he reminds me of LeBron. LeBron's a team player, and for him to lead the league in scoring, have the most points in NBA history, is crazy for a person that's a pass first. So I find that crazy that Jokic, like I said, we would like to see an aggressive Jokic, and which he has done before, but he doesn't need to because his game, I'm gonna go on the record and I'm gonna say it, his game is perfect. I don't see no flaws in Jokic's game.
Nope.
Some people may say his defense, but I mean, that's defenders. Jokic's defense is it's not bad, it's not good, it's in the middle. So I'm not gonna sit here and say he plays terrible defense, but as far as the Nuggets' sake, yeah, I feel like they are heating up at the right time because, you want to go in, you want to finish the second half of the season hot. You want to go into the playoffs hot. You feel me? So the Nuggets, they're a great, solid team. They're gonna make some noise into the playoffs and going into the playoffs like always. And I'm not too worried for the Nuggets. Any team facing the Nuggets should be scared, whether that's OKC, whether that's
the Houston Rockets,
whether it's the Lakers, whether it's teams like Golden State.
I think if the season ended today, they'd be playing the Timberwolves in the first round.
That's fucking money.
Yeah, that's chicken for Jokic right there, bro.
Anthony Edwards can't wheel them past that wall, unfortunately.
No, you got the fucking bum. Actually, a bum that's Julius Randle and a fucking dog shit player I somehow hate more than Joel Embiid and Rudy fucking Gobert, the worst defensive player of the year I've seen in history. The man who gets played out of the fucking rotation. That's just bonkers.
But yeah, just finishing off my thoughts. Yeah, the Nuggets, they're gonna be straight. They're 37-19. They're in third right now.
No, they're second.
They're
second. Oh, they're tied. They're tied for second with the Grizzlies. They have the same record.
Oh yeah, the Grizzlies won tonight, didn't they?
Yeah. So we haven't really talked much about the Grizzlies on this podcast, but we'll get there eventually. But I'm not too worried about the Nuggets, and any team should be scared to play Jokic.
Yeah.
So anybody else got anything to say before we move on?
I got 2 cents. Mike Malone, he's a great coach. And I watched the video. I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned this already. But Mike Malone was previously the head coach of the Sacramento Kings when DeMarcus Cousins was the prime star. And Mike Malone, I'm pretty sure this might have been on an interview, but it was reported that DeMarcus Cousins was very upset at the firing of Mike Malone because Mike Malone put him in a position to succeed. So he has experience in – you can manage DeMarcus Cousins and make him like you. That says a lot about Mike Malone as a coach. And he's done it with Jokic. DeMarcus Cousins even came back for one of their ones. I believe it was the year where most of the guys were injured. So that's unfortunate because I really want Cousins to be still back in the NBA. I think he still has it. And Josh, I will say the Nuggets play the Lakers tomorrow.
No, I think that's tonight. Is that tonight? No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I know Luka, he's going to get adjusted. I don't really care if he struggles this season. I do not care. But the Nuggets, I don't know what they're going to do with the Lakers squad, because every time Jamal Murray and Jokic, they do something about them every time they see a Laker uniform.
Wait, do y'all think the curse of the Denver Nuggets is over now that AD has left?
It might be.
Denver Nuggets?
Who's going to be the guy Jamal Murray is hitting the fadeaway game winners over now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Take your guesses. I think maybe Luka.
Nah,
Nah,
I got Austin Reeves.
Nah, don't give Austin Reeves some credit. I think it's going to be
Austin Reeves has been amazing.
May I, speaking of Anthony Davis, y'all noticing the tremendous downfall of the Dallas Mavericks? Like,
I mean,
well,
AD hasn't been there.
All their bigs are injured, I'm pretty
all
sure.
their bigs are
Everybody's
injured.
injured. AD, Lively, Gafford.
The assistant coach got arrested for hitting a woman this week.
Damn.
Yeah,
Man, that's a bad sign, bro.
None of the fans basically want to show up, and today they edited Luka Doncic out of their videos.
That was cold, bro. That was some fucked up shit.
Yeah, like, I believe this because I've always believed for a long time that the Celtics would have been cursed because they got rid of Isaiah Thomas, a beloved star, and I think it's going to happen to the Dallas Mavericks, except this time it's even more egregious. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, I don't believe in good things about the Dallas Mavericks. They're going to keep falling, and I just hope they don't get moved to Las Vegas. Dallas Mavericks is a great organization.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be terrible.
And actually, they're not right now post Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban actually got them into a great organization.
I miss Mark Cuban, bro.
Yeah, like, I know he's at the games. I think he told a couple fans to shut up because they were saying fire Nico Harrison. But it's like, ever since Mark Cuban sold the team and they sold to a bunch of casino owners who doesn't even care about the game of basketball, the Dallas Mavericks have not, like, they haven't had it. I know they went to the finals, but it's like that Luka trade is starting a effect that they will never recover from.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about those, I mean, when you make big moves like that, either you could be, either it can work out and everybody loves you, you the genius,
it's
or
like gambling.
Crackhead.
Or, you know what I'm saying, you could fail, it could be a flop, and you're an idiot, and you lose your job.
You're gonna get remembered for it no matter what. Either it's the good side or the bad side. You get remembered for it.
You just gotta stay on business, though. Don't be
exactly. But I'm just here to say that Nico Harrison's a fucking crackhead. No way am I fucking trading with Luka Doncic, and I stand by it. Doesn't matter if he's out of shape. He could be like Nikola Jokic. I do not give a shit. Nico Harrison is a crackhead.
Good to know, Sean.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on. All right, so Bobby Portis was suspended 25 games for violating the anti-drug policy. So I'm gonna give y'all some background real quick. So basically, Bobby unintentionally took a pain medication called tramadol, thinking he was taking a pain medication called Toradol. Portis's agent told Shams Toradol is an approved pain medication that he has used previously and that teams and players use for pain and inflammation at times. Tramadol, however, is not an approved pain medication and was just recently added to the banned substance list this past spring. The tramadol pill the tramadol pill he took came from an assistant of his with a valid prescription for the painkiller, which he mistakenly told Bobby was Toradol. So with that being said, the Bucks have 29 games left in their regular season. After the first 5 games of Portis' ban, Milwaukee will be able to move him to the suspended list and can sign a replacement player while he is out. So, P, start us off with this, man. How do you feel about this suspension, and do you think it is a fair suspension knowing what you know now?
I had read the background on it about him accidentally taking the wrong medication. I think it's unfortunate. Personally, in my heart, I feel like he should not be suspended, but I understand the NBA's viewing that they can't just let him get away with it, even though, like, even though it was a simple mistake, I don't know. It's like one of those things like in school where like, well, we can't let you get away with it because if we let you get away with it, then we got to let everybody else get away with it. Which I always hated that argument. I thought it was stupid, but like, because Bobby Portis ain't never done anything before.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate how things happen. And I don't know. I feel like 25 games is egregious, but I mean,
Thanks.
the rules, I guess.
Yeah.
So I just think it's super unfortunate how it happened, and it's even more unfortunate for the Bucks with the Giannis situation, which we'll discuss eventually.
Indeed.
Go ahead, Amat.
Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate because I feel like he's letting his team down in a very crucial time where they need him the most. You know, when it comes to Bobby Portis too, it's like he is a very critical part of this Milwaukee Bucks organization, this Milwaukee Bucks team. You know, he's kind of like that piece that, in my opinion, tells us if he's a deciding factor whether they're gonna make the playoffs or not. The way I see it, and if you're telling me, you know what I'm saying, that Bobby Portis just fumbled the season for some pills, like, you know, what are we doing here, bro? Like, first of all, Nick, you shouldn't be taking anybody's pills. That sounds like some shit a dope fiend would say. You know what I'm saying? That's like someone, you know, doing dope would say. I took my brother's pill. Like, bro, that don't even make sense, bro. You should have came with a better one because, you know, why would you be taking somebody else's pills? Because those
pills got to look similar too.
Yeah. Well,
one is an injection. No,
they're both pain medication.
So but one is administered through an injection, right?
No.
You sure?
They're just, yeah. It says you take pain medication. It's just pain medication. It's just pills.
I'm gonna look. I swear I read that one version, like the actual one that's approved, is you take through an injection, like, you know, shot form, and the other one is pills. But I could be wrong. Either way, you shouldn't be taking somebody else's pills because exactly what happened, like his assistant thought it was one medication, but it was another.
Yeah, his assistant thought it was one thing, and then he took another.
Yeah, like, bro, like, you could die.
It's kind of the assistant's fault.
Yeah. No, it's not, bro. It is, but it's really Bobby Portis' fault because you're taking something that you're not 100% sure what it is. And that's if it actually happened that way. Second of all, you know, it's really on him. He got to take responsibility. I know 25 games is harsh and we can kind of go back and forth over it, but at the end of the day, there are certain policies in place. And when it comes to drugs, you know, the NBA really got to make an example out of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't make an example now, it's gonna be looking like the 80s all over again. You're gonna have players like cracked out, you know, shit. They got.
It will not be that bad as the 80s,
bro. I'm trying to tell you. I know how people work. You give them an inch, they take a mile, bro. You let them get away. Like, 5 games, that's not that bad. You got to come down hard on these players because, you know, that drugs is super, super serious, and it's super unfortunate because, you know, he knew the rules. So if you know the rules and you do something, then you gotta be able to.
It was unintentional, bro. It was unintentional, bro.
But like I said, they can't.
Accountability.
They can't just let one person slip.
Exactly.
No, I understand that, but it was unintentional. It looked like it was. He said he thought it was one thing. His assistant thought it was one thing, and it was another. It was just pills. The pills probably even looked exactly the same, bro. Most pills look the same, bro. Am I capping?
No. Pills look different. And I want to take a pill that I don't know what it is. Especially, bro, at the end of the day, you're a professional. So when shit like this happens, you gotta take that accountability because you have a job. So I'm not gonna be eating or taking pills that I don't know exactly what it is. It's like that Canelo steak, the Canelo steak sandwich. You know when Canelo.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
You can't do that, bro.
And then he gonna sit there and say, what is he like? Oh, he said he didn't know. You feel me?
Yeah, of course. But everyone who gets caught, they didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, my fault. I didn't know. It's always I didn't know. No, nigga, you knew. You knew what you was doing. Mm-hmm. You knew. So you gotta take accountability for that, bro. And he might have just cost. Bobby Portis probably costed them the season. He probably costed the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, we're gonna probably get into this in the next topic, but he probably costed them the next 3 years.
No.
Right.
4 years, the whole rebuild phase because of Bobby Portis. He want to do drugs. My fault. Shout out to Bobby Portis though. Shout out to him and the family.
Sean, go ahead, bro.
I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think the season is still plenty of time. They're probably going to make it to the play-in. Like, I'm looking at the standings, and one of the teams projected to be in the play-in is the Orlando Magic, which they're probably right now hitting there trying to figure out the style because Paulo and Franz is back. The newly Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks, and the Chicago Bulls, which are the residents of the play-in tournament at this point, and let's not even discuss Philadelphia. So I think the season's not over for the Milwaukee Bucks because it's like sitting comfortably at the 5th seed, 3 straight wins, 31-24. They're not missing the playoffs. Let's be real here. But it's like when it comes to the overall suspension, I have no problem with the 25 games. You guys, an example. There's been plenty of examples. I have it right here of players who've been suspended for drug use. Jody Meeks, Wilson Chandler, DeAndre Ayton, John Collins, Didi Luzada, Tristan Thompson, and now Bobby Portis. And I'm sure there's been a lot of players who've been suspended for less games. I just think that I have a problem with, I believe, is the suspension of Miles Bridges because he hit a woman and he only got 30 games. I don't think hitting women is worth 5 more games than an accidental drug pill.
You're starting off a whole nother thing because we got players like Kevin Porter Jr. in the NBA too. So that's
I wish I know the exact length.
That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother like set of topics. But
I know it's just like I don't think like and I want that on record honestly. Like, but 25 games drug policy, I had no problem with that. I just don't think it should be near a suspension of a guy who hit a woman. That's just me.
And just to add on to a couple of things that y'all said, I think 25 games is kind of crazy. It was an accident, you know, but I feel you, Ahmad, on like, you know, it's him holding him accountable. You feel me? Maybe he should have asked his assistant, like, "Yo, you sure this the right stuff?" You know,
bro. Don't take other people's medication.
I mean,
if he wasn't taking his medication, he
did. That shit probably been laced.
It's something that he takes all the time, bro. You know what I mean? His assistant thought it was the right pills, but it was the wrong pills. You feel me?
No.
It's a simple mistake, bro. It's a simple mistake. Things happen.
I'm looking at it right now to see if they look the same.
And Toradol and Tremadol, something like that. But could be butchering those names. But yeah, I mean the Bucks will be straight. Bobby Portis is definitely a great factor that any team would want to have. He's a great player that any team would want to have. Right now, he's averaging 13.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists in 46 games for the Bucks. But Bobby Portis has popped off for 30 a couple times. He could pop off for 20, 25. He could pop off for 40. For me, Bobby Portis is a great role player. When he's in the starting lineup, when like Giannis is missing, he turns it up. You feel me? So it's gonna be a big hit on the Bucks as far as their depth goes because the Bucks don't have a lot of depth, in my opinion, because they're very, very old.
They got Kuzma. They got Kuzma.
Oh, they do got Kuzma. You're right. They do got Kuzma. You're right. But I was gonna ask y'all if the Milwaukee Bucks. This is gonna transition into our next topic. If the Milwaukee Bucks do not go far in the playoffs, do you guys believe that Giannis is on his way out? I know Giannis just came back from a calf injury tonight, and he's on a minutes restriction. But do you guys think Giannis is on the move after the season if the Bucks do not go far in the playoffs. And the reason I'm asking this is because some superstars tend to get frustrated with the organization. Although, yes, they did bring in Dame for Giannis,
Doc Rivers.
but you know, that's not enough. They got an agent, Brook Lopez. You know what I mean? Still running center. He's okay, bro, but there's other bigs you could get and stuff like that. But,
what do you fuck with Brook Lopez and what?
You going crazy?
They got rid of Chris Middleton.
Yeah,
you know?
he was old. He was like after
he wasn't old. He just had 2 ankle surgeries.
Yeah,
he looked old.
He's old, but
he looked old.
2 ankle surgeries is not gonna help. You feel me?
Yeah, he looked old though. Like he got an old head, but he had an old head build. He got unk build for real. Like you look at him,
because they got about Nikola Jokic.
He got a peanut head.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But go ahead, Sean. We're gonna start with you.
I don't think it's a matter of a badly run organization. They got the title, but I do think Giannis is on the move. And it's nothing bad against the Milwaukee Bucks or like even the roster. It's just getting old. They don't have any promising young assets. It's just a time for a scenery change. Like Giannis, he's a guy who wants to be known as one of the greatest of basketball. I admire his passion. He's one of my all-time favorite players. And sometimes you just gotta know that your time here is up. You got the title, and it's time for me to still contend because this roster's getting old. There's no promising talent in terms of that will help me down the line. It's just a matter of time. Like,
right.
Time's up. And it's time for a fresh change. Nothing bad to say about Milwaukee. They got Giannis the title that he deserves. They gave him the help. And it's not for the lack of effort. It's just that simply just has to be like it's time.
Right. And I'm gonna ask you a question, Sean.
Absolutely.
What about being loyal to one team? What about staying on with one organization and just sticking through it? You know, like Kobe. Like Dirk, like Steph right now.
Like Luka?
No, not like Luka. You know, players just sticking with one team. You know, is that moving trend still happening?
No, I shot in hell after what they did to Luka Doncic. And it's like after seeing that, like I got a fan for myself. The business could get rid of me. After I've been nothing but loyal and brought my ass to every game, performed fucking well. And it's like, thank God Giannis won a title. Because again, I'm going to bring this out to the Luka Doncic. The man was 25 years old. He brought him to a finals. You give him everything he wants. That's just point blank and simple. And they got rid of him for an injured Anthony Davis and Max Christie, who is pretty solid right now. It's just like, after seeing that, I just don't believe in you got to stay loyal to one team. You got to look out for yourself. And let's not forget that Kobe almost signed to the Clippers. Tim Duncan almost signed with the Orlando Magic. I'm sure Dirk was looking elsewhere at one point and one another. And the only person that might be cracking enough to stay in one team is, in fact, Udonis Haslem and Nick Collison. And they were bench players. No. But shout out Udonis Haslem, he meant something. But Nick Collison stayed his entire career with Oklahoma for 15 years. Shout out to him, but sure.
Go ahead, Ahmad.
Yeah. Hey, if the Bucks miss the playoffs, Giannis is out of there. You can bet your ass on it. Pause. But like if they don't make it to the playoffs this year, bro, he's out of there because y'all saw what he said in the interview, right? When they was asking him about Luka and how he feels about Luka going to Lakers. He was like, yeah, I love it. I want all international players on big market teams. Nigga, you're in Milwaukee. like,
brother, you're in the Cream City.
Exactly, bro. No one knows what you're at. So
I would love to be in the Cream City.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm going to be thinking like, wait a minute. What you mean by that? You know, because like, he kind of low-key gave him a hint and told him to tighten up. So the fact that, you know, this shit's going on and they got Doc Rivers, you know, it's just like, it's not, they haven't met expectations in the last 2 seasons, you know, and that's going to be a big part of Dame's decision of whether or not he wants to stay, you know, he wants to probably be in a big market city. He's going crazy right now and they're wasting it. They're wasting this man's prime. Like if Dame was with a team like Golden State Warriors, like imagine what he would do.
Dame or Giannis?
My fault. I mean Giannis. Yeah, if Giannis was on a team like the Golden State Warriors, imagine what he could do. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the championships he could win. He got to be in the right system. And right now, the organization isn't putting together the right system for Giannis. Now, I will say they've tried with additions like Dame, but that just hasn't worked out. And they didn't re-sign his brother. Come on, bro.
Well, no, the thing was that Giannis was out for the season regardless.
They should have still, bro. Hey, sometimes you just gotta take that sacrifice. They could do 20. They could do a vet minimum.
Hell no, I'm not signing a guy who's injured for the year.
Bro, it's not about.
It's about the principle.
It's about the principle, exactly, bro. Giannis is a principle type of nigga.
I may not have the man after this season. If he's still in some round, do it then. Why waste a roster spot? Like I know Brian James is at least he is a developing prospect. Giannis is a G League certified baller in the G League.
Wait, Sean,
he got more rings than Jimmy, don't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sean, you think?
Quit disrespecting
him. You think who's worse, Thanasis or Ronnie?
Thanasis.
No, you're
Thanasis
bugging.
cannot develop. Ronnie still has room to develop.
Bro, we're talking about right now, bro. This imaginary development is like
he's healthy. Bronny.
All right, bro. I'm gonna say I'm gonna want Thanasis. If Giannis comes with Thanasis, I'm gonna go with Thanasis because Giannis is like Bronny and 4 other players combined. You know what I'm saying? 4 of the G Leaguers players combined. So I'm gonna go with Thanasis. So the Bucks, they gotta get some shit popping off, bro. But I don't think there's honestly anything the Bucks can do to make him want to stay unless they make the playoffs and go far. Honestly, I think he's kind of checked out, in my opinion.
P?
I think I wouldn't be shocked if he wants to leave after last season. Like Sean mentioned, he already got the chip. I mean, it's like the LeBron type thing. He brought a chip to the team that drafted him. I think if it's also depends on what Giannis wants. Would he rather stay loyal to a team, or would he rather try to get another ring? Try to utilize what's left of his career? Because I mean, he's not. Nobody's getting younger.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just. I think at the end of the day, it really just comes down to what he wants more. Would he rather stay loyal, or would he rather have another ring? Or would you rather have the chance at another ring? So I think. So I wouldn't be shocked if he moves especially if they don't do nothing. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
To add on, I believe that Giannis has said in multiple interviews that he is only thinking about the title. So it's like, I just think he's just the competitive fire is there. He just wants to contend, and I don't blame him at this stage. He got through chip. Let's move on.
Yeah, he's 30 years old. $161 million contract. If he decides to move, that'll be good for his career. Sometimes players need to take their career into their own hands, and just if he wants a title, then he's going to do the necessary things to get that title. If Milwaukee can't fulfill his wishes and bring the pieces to Milwaukee, which is a small market team, but we got to remember these international players, most of them come from nothing. You feel me? Giannis came from nothing. He was poor, so you got to look at that aspect. Like, he might not mind staying with the team that drafted him and took a chance on him. You feel me? Giannis came into the league 6'11", 125, skinny. You feel me? And to see his growth is amazing, bro. So you never know. These players, these international players, to staying where they're at for the most part. So if he moves, I mean, I wouldn't mind him moving. You feel me? But if he stayed, I wouldn't be surprised either. But he's 30, so time is ticking. Your window is getting smaller and smaller. You haven't won since 2021, I believe.
Yep.
So,
And let me add a perspective to that too, Josh. We're talking about Giannis leaving, but you gotta think the organization gotta be proactive about this, because it could end up like one of those Jimmy Butler situations in a way, not on the way he was acting, but to where once teams know that a player doesn't want to be there, they start throwing these low ball deals. to the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they're desperate and they know they got to move Giannis or they don't get anything for him. So teams know this and they don't negotiate. They negotiate with that in mind and give him bad trades, or not as good trades because they know this player doesn't want to be there. So they got to think about moving him before he moves on too. That's something to seriously consider, or before he announces that he doesn't want to be there, for real. So I think that's something the organization got to keep in mind as well.
Right. That's a good point.
I got a question to ask y'all.
Yeah.
If Milwaukee and Giannis dynamic is over, where do y'all want to see Giannis at?
Does he get traded or signed?
Traded.
Traded.
Yeah.
Teams that I could see him on that have the assets to actually trade for Giannis.
We'll give him Butler. We'll give him Jimmy Butler.
And I could see OKC giving up their picks.
Nah, bro, I ain't giving up that.
No, I'm saying I could see them doing that.
I
could see them if we're being realistic.
Yeah.
Don't say the Warriors, bro.
I was gonna say I could see the Warriors if they just want to load the Bucks up with a bunch of young guys.
Yeah. Because
whoa.
Josh,
I don't want to hear no pop. Josh, I didn't clock you.
That's crazy.
Josh, I didn't clock you earlier when you said you were amazed by Giannis's growth, dog. So don't come over here. Don't come over here pausing me, dog. I'll let you slide.
I like that. You're right. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm not apologizing. I love Doug Will.
That's sweet. But
you wouldn't, bro, because we just talked about him wanting to be on like a big market team. OKC, great organization, but they're not that. Golden State.
Yeah, but they're winner. They're winning organization.
Giannis, I believe that Giannis cares more about winning than anything else.
Bro, he cares about both. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Golden State is a perfect team for him to land on, because
he got the money.
It could be it's a winning organization. 2, Curry is not afraid to take a step back and let someone else be the guy. And 3, it's a bigger market. It's a bigger market that gets a lot of TV time, a way more. It's a bigger market, which is what he wants. So why settle for one of your negotiables when you can have like all 3?
You gotta put your bias aside, bro. That's not.
How long does Curry have in the tank?
I don't think he would get the winning in Golden State.
No.
Not at this point.
No.
Peanut. Jimmy Butler is one thing. Giannis, bro.
Curry is old.
Yo, Sean, what is, bro? He just won.
We're gonna have to run a 2K simulation to find out if y'all win it.
That All-Star MVP, that All-Star MVP is fucking got an asterisk on it, dog.
Yeah,
that was.
Against.
You're saying that I'm not being biased because listen, Curry is playing just as good as Dame right now. Like Curry is, Dame got to knock out Curry.
Bro?
That's good.
That's good. Oh my God, that's bad. You don't want to.
No, I'm saying, bro.
No, not to Dame, but that's bad. That's a bad.
No, I'm saying he's just as good. I'm saying he's probably playing better, but like Giannis he got to knock off Curry. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the shit that Giannis could do. Like Giannis going crazy on the paint, bro. It takes 2 to 3 niggas to stop Giannis. It takes about 2 to 3 niggas to guard Curry. It's only 5 players on the court. Come on, bro. It's a perfect system if you think about it. 2 players on Giannis, 2 players on Curry minimum.
This is
they
not
only have 1 player left.
Blood.
How's 1 player gonna guard 3 people?
This is not 2018.
Simple mathematics. Come on, bro.
Math is mathing.
This is the big 2025. He's not getting younger.
Maybe I think maybe
Curry's 37. So what do you talk? Right, Josh? Right? What do you talk?
That proves my point.
He's 37, basically. Going crazy out here on these young boys, bro. Come on, bro. He's not like when he was 28 or some shit like that, but he's still going crazy. Curry's still Curry.
28 is different conversation than 37.
Memphis are the number 2 seed, Josh. Denver's at 3rd.
Yeah, but they're tied. They're tied for second. Basically tied for second.
I'm just saying because they showed the standings on TV, the updated standings.
Yeah.
I think Memphis is the place for me, honestly.
Who? Where?
Memphis.
But why would he want? Bro, come on, bro. He's not trying to go to Memphis.
Bro, they're trying to move Ja.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like
they said it's cap though. They said it's cap. They say we're not.
Yeah,
trying
but
to move
still, I would love
If
to
he
be
wants to stay, if he wants to stay in the East, he could go to New York. New York got
New York.
Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson.
I could not see Giannis. I could not see Giannis's foreign ass in New York.
Yeah, bro.
New York is not bad, honestly. Like,
But
you just said big market, bro. You said big market.
Towns is young. No, he's like perfect prime position with Giannis, Jalen
Brunson,
the same age. Like the thing is all about the continuing of staying a threat, and Brunson has shown up. Towns has just emerged, and
they can't keep Towns and Giannis though. They're not gonna be able to keep both. So
they could keep. No, they can actually. I think New York got some picks, and they could give up. They can give up OG or Mikal, and they could throw Josh Hart in there.
Or all three, honestly. Like that's something I would do easily. Like
I don't think he give up all three. Those guys, Mikal and OG are a backbone of your defense on that team.
Yeah, Giannis is a great defender though. His damn self.
What's wrong with backbone?
I didn't say no pause. I said backbone of your defense. What is that?
Yeah, backbone. That was not even a pause.
Run me through the thought process, Ahmad.
Yo, P's traumatized, dog.
Wait, run me through the process, Ahmad. How's that crazy? What's the crazy part?
You said what?
I said, run me through the crazy part. What was crazy about that statement?
The backbone of our D is crazy. I just like.
Oh, he said defense. He said
defense.
He said defense.
For the defense, bro.
You're thinking D. Peanuts.
Bro, you got get.
I heard back.
Get the D out.
Get your mind out the gutter, bro.
Yeah, get the D out your head.
I heard backbone of the D, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? My fault.
No,
get your mind out the gutter, bro.
No, that's my job,
bro. But let's move on to the last and final topic. We got time's running out. We're gonna take it to NFL real quick. Just a brief conversation about the Bengals and T. Higgins. Should the Bengals franchise tag T. Higgins? With free agency looming, should Cincinnati franchise tag to keep their co-star receiver? Peanut, NFL guy, talk to us.
I think I don't know who's all eligible for the franchise tag. I think they can franchise tag Jamar Chase and Trey Hendrickson if they needed to. But I think if nobody else is worthy of the franchise tag, they might as well franchise tag T. Higgins. I think they franchise tagged him a couple of years ago, though. I could be wrong.
I think it might have been last year even.
I was gonna say I think it might have been last year. I can't remember. But I mean, if that's what they got to do to keep him and pay the other guys, I know our boy Kevin texted me earlier saying that they cut a guy and they opened up $9 million. So I mean, maybe that $9 million could help them sign all three back, but I think they're gonna need a lot more than $9 million.
Yeah,
I think if nobody else is a good enough option, like if let's say Jamar doesn't want to re-sign or somebody like that, and they need to franchise tag him, I think they should prioritize some of those other guys over him. But I think if he's the best option left, I think it's perfectly okay with them franchise tagging him.
And real quick, for our audience that doesn't know what franchise tagging means, so when you franchise tag a player, you basically, it's like a team is. I'm gonna give it a buck.
You lock them in for like a year.
I'm gonna put it in nigga terms. When you franchise tag a player, you are holding that team is holding that player hostage. That's what's going on here. Okay, and they're signing them for like a year contract, and it's average against all the wide receivers in the league, top 5 wide receivers in the league. So in this case, T. Higgins would get like $26 million if they franchise tag him for 1 year, but he wants $30 million. You feel me? And I even read reports that his mother was calling the organization, the Bengals, selfish and stuff like that, because T. Higgins wants 30, and if they franchise tag him, he won't be able to go and check his options out.
Wait, so you how much they trying to give him? You said 7?
26 million.
They're trying to give him 26 mil.
That's if they franchise tag him. but he wants 30. And we got to also remember, you feel me, NFL players don't have guaranteed contracts like NBA players do. And that will be a topic on the next episode because I want to know your thoughts about guaranteed contracts in the NBA. But we're not going to talk about that right now. But we got to remember, NFL contracts are not guaranteed. They got to meet a certain criteria in order to get that bread.
They got hella incentives built in too.
So go ahead, Sean. How do you feel about this?
My understanding from all, because I haven't kept up with much Bengals, I do know that Joe Burrow is one of the most important quarterbacks right now. He's been one of the best. I could probably argue better than Josh Allen, but the thing is that Jamal Chase is also an excellent wide receiver. You got to do what it takes to keep him. Like Trey Hendrickson, he's pretty nice. And I think, honestly, they should probably prioritize after signing Jamal Chase, just looking at a defensive guy. The defense completely fucking sucks. And if you could be able to get a guy who is top caliber enough, I can't think of the names right now because I'm not knowledgeable with defensive players compared to, like, say, the offense. But, like, if they're able to get, like, a guy that might be able to help them more, I'm sure they could be able to find a wide receiver in the draft. Like, might be worth it.
But go ahead. Well, Sean's looking that up. Go ahead, Ahmad.
Yeah, I wasn't as knowledgeable about, specifically franchise tagging. When I looked into it, to me it seemed like franchise tagging got to be the biggest scam in the sport.
And you lock them in for a year and they can't do anything about it. I mean, they can technically.
That sound like Black History Month.
They can technically choose not to play. They can hold out and just not play that season, and just like try to force a trade at the very least. But at the bare minimum, they get locked in for another season with that team.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, but you can't franchise tag a player in Black History Month like that, bro. That's too close to
Well, free agency starts in March.
But on a serious note, he just wants to test the market, and just see what his value is. For them to be like, nah, you gotta stay here is wild, crazy to me. But on the same hand though, it's interesting because you getting $26 million, right?
You want 30.
That's $4 million, bro. I mean, I get it, you can't play with your money, but at the same time, bro,
tripping over 4 M's,
bro. The average, like that's over the average wide receiver annual salary. Like look at Jamar Chase, bro. You're not better than Jamar Chase. You're not the best wide receiver in the NFL, so you shouldn't make more than the best. In my opinion,
he would be a wide receiver too on a good amount of NFL teams.
Yeah, but is he okay? But is he top 5? Is he top 3 in the league?
No,
he might not even be top 20.
So why should he be getting top 20 money? You feel me? Like that's how I look at it. And maybe I'm not coming from a football perspective, but so maybe you can educate me. But if you're not like top 5, you shouldn't be getting top 5 money, And so I feel the Bengals, 26 mil, I think for a wide receiver is not bad. I just don't like the fact of how the whole franchise tagging shit worked. That just feel weird to me. I feel like a little bit.
It's been a problem for a while. There's definitely been some countless players that have been franchise tagged. That
it sounds like a brand. Like
I think Lamar.
It sounds like some slavery shit. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like some fucking like, no nigga, you with us. You feel me? Like,
wasn't Lamar Jackson on the franchise tag?
I'm trying to Google right now like most notable ones, but there definitely has been some ones that have been like controversial.
If anybody, I'm a franchise tag, and I don't know if it works like this, but they should franchise tag Jamar Chase.
I think if they could, they would, bro.
Because, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, they didn't want to pay him, but he fucked up, bro. They really fucked up. They should have.
They didn't want to pay him in the beginning of the season, and he still played.
Saquon was a franchise tag.
Yeah,
I respect that. They should have paid him, bro. They should have paid that man because now they're in a situation where like they need to keep him.
I think a lot of teams do it so they can work out an extension. From what I've seen, a lot of these players that have been franchise tagged, either got traded or
they got paid.
Try to work out an extension. A notable Bengal that was franchise tagged that didn't come back was Jesse Bates.
Oh, really?
I don't know who that is.
He's like, fuck that. He's like, this is not. I got enough money.
I'm trying to see if any other guys I can notice. Saquon was one of the biggest ones. Derrick Henry.
Really?
He got franchise tagged in 2020.
On what team was he on?
When he was on the Titans. Chris Jones, your chief.
Wait, did he got traded though? So he was because you said
he didn't get that season. When they franchise tagged him, they worked out an extension for him to pay him. They signed him a 4-year extension.
Okay. All right. So basically,
it's not all just like them locking them in. They just trying to lock them in to buy themselves more time. From what it seems like.
It's still Brandon, bro. I agree
it's still crazy that they can be like, no, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
No deal.
Imagine if the NBA did that, like.
Oh God.
Giannis, you try to leave? No, dog, you coming back.
Wait, is there a player association for the
NFL?
NFL?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like the player association is like it's like a union, bro. They ain't having that shit.
Yeah.
Imagine if NBA took away guaranteed money or did some shit like that. I think the players would go on strike. Honestly,
they would go on strike, but nigga, go to work, nigga. Go to work. It's your job. Go to work. Go to work. I see it as that. Like I said, I don't want to get into that right now because we're here for another 40 minutes.
We'll set it for the next episode. So make sure y'all tune into that.
Because I got a lot of thoughts on that. I'm sure y'all do too.
Yeah, I do.
I'm probably gonna be at work, so it depends on the day. Because it's Monday, no shot.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to say before we sign off. I've been watching the Rockets Timberwolves game, bro. Ant's been trash talking Jalen Green the whole game.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, he's been in his grill. He hit a tough layup and he flexed on him. What's the score? Shout out Ant. It's like 68-57 or 67. It's like one. Okay. It's like a 1-point game, so it's a close game.
Oh yeah, 67-68 right now at halftime. Rockets are winning by 1.
Just want to say shout out Ant. We love
that. Shout out Ant Man.
Yeah, like
I'm watching that Olympic gold docu-series.
Phenomenal.
Shout out to the Kings for trading De'Aaron Fox. They really helped us out in this whole shit. Because the Warriors had a tough time being the Kings, but now I think we can do it. But yeah, guys, this is all the time we got today. We're gonna wrap it up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for the next episode.
All right, salute, baby. We out.
Out of here, baby.